See, this is raw and organic as you can get. What I can't take this. My nerves are shot.
Okay, so I don't have to lean up then anymore.
He won't answer if he's in another
I know that.
room.
I know.
He's a terrible engineer.
I know.
I tell you, it just drives me crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I don't care what you guys say, but the minute he says live, I'm going to grab my cigar and light it up and say, "Oh, welcome." And you can go into a spiel if you want. I'll go into a spiel. But we got to keep this into an hour. Let's try for an hour, all right?
He doesn't care. He doesn't.
We need another person over. We need a mannequin over there that we can talk to. That we can talk to, and just need a new engineer. That's what we need. Because I don't know if I sound fine. I don't know if my mic's in the right spot. I don't know what's going on. If I want to move around and do things, you know, there's nothing that's.
All right, we're recording. Let's start.
See, there he goes. There he goes. Let's go. Let's start. Is the lighting good?
Are we live? You know, is anything right?
Is he going like this?
I mean,
is he? Well. Are we live? We're live. Welcome.
We are not live.
Yeah, you just said we were.
Are we live?
So I guess so.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So
okay. Good morning.
Episode 3. Thank you.
Can I talk, please? I've got the monologue here.
Well, then do the monologue.
Okay. Good morning.
You don't have monologue
good
on something that's raw or organic, but go ahead. Okay, go ahead. There was some dead space there.
This is In the Shed podcast. My name is Brian Young. This is my dopey brother Tim.
Oh, you don't have to be so early.
This is our third podcast while the cigar is lit, and every week we are going to be having a different cigar. This week is our third cigar from the Alec Bradley multi-pack, what's called Fresh Pack Toro. You get 4 cigars, and today we are having the Alec Bradley Mundial. Okay. And it's a torpedo because it looks like a torpedo. You see how it looks like a torpedo?
Yeah, that's lousy.
Anyways.
You can really ruin a good cigar.
Yeah, but this is our third episode, and we want to make something very clear to people, okay?
It's raw and organic. Okay? It's raw or
How many times are you going to say that today?
I just want to make it clarify.
Anyways, we liked our old chairs better. So if you liked our other chairs,
back to our old chairs.
I'm sorry, they're very uncomfortable.
I don't like it.
And these are chairs.
In fact, next episode, I might go back.
Go back to it, okay? Because I'm going to attach it to an electric.
I feel like I'm in
buttons to you, okay?
Well.
We're taking off all the wraps of our cigars,
really?
And then
I think they can see that.
Now, some people like a punch. I like to punch them. The bottom here.
Yeah, you can punch them or
you can clip. We have a
clip. Or you can bite it off, like in the movies.
Like in the movies. In the movie, they all go, ah.
That's a mess. We tried it. It's a mess, but...
It's in the mess. Okay, so today we're going to be pontification upon the pontification of the pontification.
The pontification of the pontificated by pontificators.
You constantly have to correct everything I say. Don't you get it? You're just sometimes just talking too much. Good grief.
I don't know if that's the case.
Let me get my cigar lit so you can watch me light up. And don't forget that when you subscribe, you get. Don't forget while you subscribe, you're going to get a wallet that I'm going to have ready here in about another week.
First 100 subscribers get a free wallet, a free while the cigar's lit wallet. Yes,
that's going to cost me $600.
Well, you got like 40 grand to work.
I do. I do have a $40,000 wallet.
I haven't seen a check yet.
I've mentioned
every episode.
All right, so these are really good cigars. Okay, just so you know, these are Alec Bradley Toro packs.
The draw is very good, right?
They're always a good draw. Always a good draw. And today we have some topics that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah. While we're enjoying a cigar, we're going to be yakking.
Right.
About
this is not
came up in daily issues.
You're just going to constantly interrupt me, which is going to get the real me upset here.
Right. doing. Who was that again, Mr.
That is
Wiggins?
Mr. Wiggins from Tin Conway and the Barrel Burnett back in the 70s.
Okay.
Good grief. My goodness gracious, and that's Ronald Reagan. You never did like my Ronald Reagan. And my Bill Clinton. People love my Bill Clinton. I did not have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky.
Brother.
Okay, well, and that's our other camera. We got another camera over there pointing. That's the Brian camera where Brian is sitting, or Ryan, my son.
We don't mention names, but
that's right.
Q.
We don't. That's Q.
That's Q.
That's true.
And the camera's in front of Q, so that when we look over at Q, we're actually looking at the camera so we can say hi. There's a reason behind all that. We got quite a few things set up that we were going to discuss today.
That's right. A lot of things we're going to. Don't forget, we are just having fun doing this.
We've mentioned that so many times.
I know that, but people have to understand that this is not
raw and organic. Simple. If you use those two words, separate them, you understand what's going on.
Also, we need a shout out to the Donald. The Donald.
The Donald, about what?
Just shout out to the Donald.
The Donald. Who is the Donald? Donald Trump?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you kind of have hidden a lot of the Donald stuff that we used to have hanging out.
We have Donald Trump over here. What are you talking about? The Donald.
Just shout out to them.
Okay, shout out to
We'll shout out to Donald, okay? He's so far ahead that he's coming up from behind.
Now I got that little blip that was used in the first, I got you now, Q. He's got these code words. He's got to have code words for everything. Q, PD, production director.
Boy, these are really good cigars.
They smell a lot better than the other stuff you were smoking. What are they called? Cigar?
This is the Alec Bradley Mundial.
M-U-N... The M.
I think the word means world.
Is it world? M-U-N-D-I-A-L. Mundial. Okay, so here's what we're going to try to talk about today, but we're probably not going to get into everything.
No,
Nicaraguan cigars, our chairs, wallet, Oscars, music of art, everything.
What? You're going to give a list? Let's see. Don't forget, we've had some people check in on the art that we've been presenting during the broadcast.
Yeah, but they don't really want to hear your art a lot of times.
We're just waiting for that first selfie from the National Gallery in London, England.
Oh, and if you're going to have a Coca-Cola, always have a Mexican Coca-Cola.
No, don't.
It has real cane sugar in it.
Yeah, you can look at it. It's hanging off of him. You need a towel.
Oh, God, you're disgusting. Why do you have to do that? I got it everywhere. You idiot.
I just drink water and coffee.
Oh, you don't drink just water, and you drink coffee like it's like water, okay? So there, shut up.
Remember, we had some corrections from last week, too, with some of our pronunciations. We're not the best pronunciators.
We don't care about those because those are minors. I call those the 3% because I know 97%.
Well,
I know 90%, and the other 3 I don't really care.
Well,
okay,
that's
like for the train to Busan. Okay, it spells B-U-S-A-N. Now English already sucks because there's so many rule variations. Exception to the rule. Okay, it's B-U-S-A-N. So I'm going to pronounce it Busan. Okay, so I don't know if you want to call it Puchon.
Well, if you want to call it that, you go ahead and call it that, okay? That's fine.
Anyways, it's a good horror flick.
But we had a comment come through on our emails. Do email us at any time while we're live or later, but it's Shangri-La Production.
Yes.
At gmail.com. Shangri-La Production.
And this is our 3rd episode.
Gmail.com.
We're trying to be funny.
Yes. Get that out of my,
yeah, because you do it to me all the time, so shut up.
I never interrupt you.
Now, a guy called...
Okay, I want to...
excuse me.
Anyway, there he did it, right? Does it again. I give up.
Oh, my God.
The train of Busan that we call it, it's the pronunciation, the proper Korean pronunciation
they don't... Well, there is no...
Busan.
Well, there is no Busan because... Why they're using a B?
Yeah, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why...
It
does. Okay, what about that Russian movie we saw where the H symbol was reflecting the actual letter of N? Okay, so just go pack sand. Now let me clarify. It's Pusan. Pusan. And I know that it's good to know about somebody. He's like Saki. I've been pronouncing Saki forever. Saki, Saki, Saki. Well, my Korean son-in-law, who knows 3 languages, always corrects me on my pronunciations, which I appreciate greatly because he's very knowledgeable in the language. But he's my Korean son-in-law, and sake is actually pronounced sake. 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 So I thank my son-in-law for helping me out on those pronunciations.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
So when I enjoy my sake, I don't say sake anymore. Anyway, that was we corrected that for one of the emails that came in. Hopefully that's the correct pronunciation.
And this is While the Cigar is Lit podcast. I'm Brian. He's Tim.
We said that a million times. You're the younger brother. I'm the older brother. You want a popper?
Where are you going?
Q just went somewhere. Q just left.
How did he do that? I don't understand.
We're raw and organic now.
Yeah, we are. We're on
a ship with our oars.
We decided to go back to our old chairs because these are more comfortable. Now, also, when you subscribe, you're also going to get these special wallets that I've created. And you're going to get them as being a subscriber. They're free. You're going to get one per person, and we're going to get those out to you the next couple of weeks. I'm getting a prototype here, and I have it on our next podcast. And I'll be gone actually next week, so I won't be here. And I don't know if they're going to just do a podcast without me. They're not. Okay, so we're going to be skipping next week because I can be gone in Vegas. Okay.
I thought you were still doing a wallet ad. This is background wallet ad music. Buy a wallet.
Oh my God!
The first 100 subscribers. Okay, would you describe it?
Okay, so basically, it's a little zipper wallet. it's a mail wallet. You know, you put all your credit cards, your money, and you zip it up. You're not ever supposed to put a wallet in your pocket, your back pocket. It's bad for It's bad for the hip. It's bad for everything. You never put a wallet in your back pocket, especially when you're sitting. It's just bad, period. Okay? It screws up
it throws the hip.
My chiropractor told me you don't put a wallet in your back pocket.
I've heard you don't put a wallet in your back pocket. I put mine in the front, right front.
Yeah, okay, great. I'm glad that you told us about that. That just makes me so happy.
Well, that's good pockets and over there.
Good grief, here we go again. Listen to him talking. Sometimes drives me crazy. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk, we just got to get this out of the way. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Oscars. Who cares about the Oscars?
I was going to stick with the cigars for a minute and then we'll go to the Oscars.
All right, no, I don't like that, but you're the one that's in charge now. Go ahead.
I'm not in charge.
I'll just sit here looking stupid.
Oh, that's not hard. Okay. Somebody asked us what we thought of. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're going.
Go ahead, talk. Go ahead, talk.
Nicaraguan cigars. Somebody asked us, how's the quality of Nicaraguan cigars? Excellent. Excellent.
Well, yeah, okay. So there's a good point.
Well, I found out that I made a list of.
Can I make an interruption real quick?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to list a number of, because I can't remember these right down the line, but a number of the good brands that come out of Nicaragua. Excellent cigars. Oliva. In fact, Oliva is one of the largest Cuban seed growers in Nicaragua. We have Acid, Drew Estate, Padron, Perdomo, CAO, and the Alec brand.
Okay, so let's explain the seed really quick. Okay, why is the seed very important? Why is the seed very important? Tell them.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I want you to tell them.
I'm not talking about the seed.
But that's important about the cigar.
Well, part of that is correct.
Well, tell them why the seed is important.
Well, there's a traditional aspect of the seed coming from certain locations.
Right, and why in the world is Cuba so great? Why did they always want to tell you Cuba is great?
Okay, well, it wasn't necessarily the seed.
Okay.
It wasn't the seed, and that's what I want to swing over. It was the soil and the climate.
Okay.
In the early days. You could get a good tobacco seed
okay, so basically
from the soil and the climate.
But once the commies took over,
when the commies, all the Cuban good seed growers split.
And they also and so that when you have a communist rolling a cigar, they don't really care. They just want to get that. And whenever you have a lot of the Cuban cigars coming from Cuba, they're garbage because they're not rolled very good.
Well, slow down a minute because I'm trying to speed up with my hearing aid to hear you. But yes, that's true. the quality, because they try to push out so much quantity
to
compete now.
With all these good cigars that's coming from Nicaragua,
Honduras,
and all that.
Dominican Republic,
and all that kind of stuff.
But Nicaragua, they found out that they have a tremendous soil content. It's phenomenal soil content.
But the seeds are the same seeds that come from Cuba.
A lot of
because a lot of those guys who took the seeds and they left.
And they reseed, replant. We have seeds in Connecticut.
You're right.
There are tobacco farms in
Connecticut. And we're going to have some.
Okay, can I get a word in? Or
no, you can't. That's right.
And there's seeds in, believe it or not, there's little tobacco farms up in Wisconsin. But part of it's climate and soil. And Nicaragua has tremendous soil and climate. Plus the quality. The quality's is not as rushed. They can age longer.
Q, how are we doing so far, Q?
We're doing really good.
Good. You got the good sound because Q has had some problems with the sound and everything.
Q always has problems with the sound.
You blow your cigar way too much because there's like
that was because of the lighting.
There's a huge cloud that just goes right in front of that
It was because of the lighting.
Watch, the next time you blow your cigar, you blow right in front of that. There's going to be a tornado here coming around here.
It's going to be not too bad. Construction is important too. And with a lot of Cuban cigars, they can dry up and fall apart. It's just a hype now. It's a big hype. Don't even waste your time or your money thinking about it. If you're traveling to Europe and they always promote these Cuban, if you can find some quality cigars from Honduras.
Right, these Alec Bradleys, these are just a good cigar.
From Nicaragua. Just a clarification on that. Just enjoy it. Now about the Oscars, you want to go to the Oscars? You want to keep on?
Well, I just think that the really funny is that the first, the best picture really should have been the one that we thought should have been the best picture, and that is The Darkest Hour. That should have been the best picture.
Was that even on the list? I didn't watch the Oscars. I didn't watch the Oscars
because I didn't watch them either. I haven't watched them in about 20 years. Because a bunch of commie pinkles telling me that America sucks. And that's what they did there on Sunday night. All they basically actors just got up there and say, America sucks. That's all there is to it. Well, I don't need to hear that for 4 hours because I love America. God bless America.
Oh, my.
Okay, so that's about all I'm going to sing there because it's not very good there.
You do have a bad.
But when they get that lake in the water or the lady in the lake or something, lady in the woman
don't know much about it.
Basically, it's a woman having a sex with a fish. That doesn't even make sense. But that's exactly where Hollywood lives. They live in this dirt, this pit. And
some of the people do, yes.
Well, most of them, they live in the mud pie, and they want the guys to go into the mud pie with them. Then they got on to Gary Coleman because he basically thanks America for him having a job, coming here to get a job. Give me a commie break there. These freaking commies just drive me absolutely crazy here sometimes.
Then it is funny. They have the anti-gun, the anti-violent.
But they're all the ones that are carrying the guns.
They're carrying the guns. They're protected by guns, and all their money making is from violence and guns.
But anyways,
it's a hypocritical pool of kids that are espousing their agendas, and then they want everybody to follow along with their agendas. But actually, it was I think it was the lowest watched program in history.
Oscars ever. So don't even about it. We just wanted to comment on that real quick there.
We didn't want to comment quick. You wanted to comment quick.
We want to get the people there and get off the track here and get back on track here.
What track are we on? We're raw, we're organic, we're humorous.
Well, we're supposed to correct the pronunciation of Train to Busan, which starts with a B, not the P.
Okay, now we're back off the track because you're back over onto something we've already discussed.
Could you please look at that up on the computer? And how does the Train to Busan, does it start with a B or with a P?
It's the name
of the... Get that up the computer right now. Here, come on. I want the tech man right now. Get that done there, Mark Orion, right now. Get that done.
He's off on
Train to Busan. We just got to understand. So we're going to talk in the detail about...
we are?
Well, I don't know.
In detail about what?
Well, we're going to talk about...
Everything in detail to you is a fast sentence said 1,000 miles an hour, and then they were back to the pronunciation of Busan. It's the name of the city.
Okay, so one thing I want to talk about here. So right now, Trump is at 49%. Okay, approval rating right now.
Can we get off Mr. Wiggins? can we move to your normal voice?
I don't want to talk about Mr. Okay.
He is terrible. I mean, it's just I can't take much more.
All right,
give me Ronald Reagan. They're
okay.
good. Now the
All
pace is better too.
Well, now we're going to talk about Trump and his approval rating. Right now, it stands at about 49 to 48%. Now, what you need to know about that is that basically,
why does Q look like he's doing something?
I don't know what he's doing, but
he's always
basically, they came out with the latest news. Basically, that Newsbusters came out that now Trump has a 49% rating, but he's getting a 91 negative press coverage on the media. The media.
Oh, that's fake 91%. News. I'm
so good grief. 91% is negative.
It is.
They're a bunch of commies, and that's why.
Here we go back to the commies.
Well, I'm telling
spiel.
you, it's about pontification, about the pontificating. What the heck is that? There you go. How popular is Donald Trump?
Oh, I was looking at the fantasy baseball.
40%. Yeah, that's because you got the 90%. 91% of the media telling people that he sucks. Okay, well, you deal with that. Okay, so that's all that we deal with that there. Okay, so I'm not going to deal with that no more.
If you take your meds,
I don't take any meds because they
make
me
you fart. Oh,
they give me fart.
I thought you were going to use that word.
Okay, now another important fact that I want to throw out today.
Oh, you would.
I didn't throw out my
Don't
facts.
throw them so fast. Somebody would like
facts.
to be able to hear.
But I just want to tell you that, okay, so the U.S.
No, Mr. Wiggins, Nixon, John Wayne, or even your own voice, but I'm sick of Mr. Wiggins, okay?
Okay, so that now we're going to talk about, I'm going to do the Professor Tinker here. Professor Tinker now is going to talk about the oil production here in the world here. Now, people probably don't care about
Are you sure your focus groups have initiated that they like to hear his imitations? Where do these focus groups come from?
So are you going to constantly interrupt me the whole day today? This show's really going to be bad. I'm telling you. It really doesn't matter because I'm having fun. I haven't spent all 40,000 yet. I've only spent 3. So we're still good.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, we didn't have lunch before the broadcast. We were expecting a buffet lunch table down set up.
All right. So another big statistic is that the U.S. will be the largest oil producer by 2023.
Get it right, yeah.
2023.
Correct.
So that basically
That's correct. That's
correct. And about 40 years ago or 20 years ago, they were telling us we're running out of oil, where there's going to be no more oil on Earth.
That's
and every
correct.
time they find these oil pockets underneath the ocean that are probably bigger than the United States alone. Okay, and I'd like to know about when they talk this about the fossil fuels. How many dead dinosaurs did it have to create all this oil?
You know, if I had to talk with you like this at the dinner table, I'd have indigestion. Could you just slow it down when you're explaining facts? We don't deal with emotion. We're supposed to deal with reason. So slow her down a little bit and explain that without choking on a chicken bone or something.
Well, the U.S. will be the largest oil producer by 2023.
That's a good cigar.
It is a very good cigar. Okay, so that's that topic. Now, don't forget this is In the Shed podcast with Brian and Tim. Tim pontificates with his ukulele.
Ukulele,
because you're lately on it, and you don't have good songs. That's your problem.
I have great songs. If you just
but you never do them though. Okay, so the next. We're now breaking a news alert. For all you leftist commie pinkos that want to have a job at $15 an hour. Flippy the Burger's flipping robot now is cooking at the Cal Burger fast food chain. You are now going to lose your job because a robot is now going to flip the burgers. So, for those who want $15 an hour at Cal Burger, happy days. I am, but I'm just doing little news bulletins as you do your song because just so you know.
You know, this isn't the Brian show. Episode 1,
episode 2. Brian.
Yeah, but. No, you
Brian's number 1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, where does your name come?
Yeah, I'm second.
Okay. So anyways, flipping the burger flipping robot is now cooking at the Cal Burger fast food chain. So those that clamored for $15 an hour pay flipping burgers, now they hired robots to flip the burgers. So now those leftist, commie, pinko progressives don't have a job now because a robot's going to flip the burger.
Hey, maybe we ought to give him a half hour first, get it out of his system, and then we can do a Brian and Tim broadcast.
Well, we're at 25 minutes right now.
Can't we?
I don't know where it goes.
That's impossible.
It is impossible.
Because we haven't given any information.
We haven't given any information.
You guys haven't done anything this show. This is what happens when Tim comes up with the schedule.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. And you're not interrupting and telling us the schedule or anything. You're supposed to be, in the podcast, he was directing what we say.
Well, he didn't send us anything.
That's right. I didn't get an email this week.
This was a busy week.
You see, it's always he wanted to do this, and then he says it's.
So you think this is all imploding now? Q's given us it's all imploding.
No.
So this is While the Cigar is Lit podcast, and I am Brian Young. That's my brother Tim, and that's my son Ryan behind the camera.
We don't use names behind the camera.
Oh, do we?
No.
All right. First comment. Glad to see the chairs are back.
Glad to see the
chairs
back.
I was gonna use the black.
These are much more comfortable because I was constantly moving back and forth.
Well, you were trying to sit in something that was small. Well, I'm glad they liked the.
Well, that's our first viewer. We have one viewer.
At least we got somebody commenting.
We have one viewer commenting.
The way that you can look at it is, when you get one comment, that counts for 400 people.
It does?
That's what
How
they
do you
say.
come up with these numbers?
He does. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's crazy.
Numbers.
Now, does he know about any of this stuff? Does he have things linked up on any of this stuff?
Well, he's supposed to. I was going to. Nobody's requested art, so we won't bring that up yet. Maybe we'll use that as a tail end.
Well, the biggest thing was I kind of missed it was the.
Oh no.
The Oscars. You guys kind of covered that while I was gone.
You did. We were gone. You were gone.
I went to the restroom.
Really? I thought he was here.
I thought he was here.
What did you guys talk about when I was gone then?
We talked about the Oscars,
the cigar.
Nicaraguan cigars, chairs, wallet, Oscars, art museum.
Nicaraguan cigars.
Did you went over how to get the free wallet?
No,
yes.
We didn't go into detail on that.
On the free wallet?
Explain. It's in the comment section.
All right. So basically, if you subscribe to While the Cigar is Lit podcast,
Shed podcast.
Yeah, in the Shed podcast.
Slow down, and you can think better. you can register brain to mouth.
Basically, I've created these wallets that I have, and I don't have one because I sent it to be used as a production model for them to use.
Get upset about that. You can't just explain it to me. You don't talk to me like that normally. Well, yeah, you do.
Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm getting them produced.
Your wife like that.
And I'll have a sample here next week when I get back from Vegas, because I'm going to Vegas next week, so we won't be doing a podcast next week. So please know that we are not going out of business after the third podcast. We're just not going to be here. I'm not going to be here next week. We want to do one because we really like to do this, okay? Because we're doing this for fun.
No, you're shifting off track.
I know I am.
Get back to the wallet.
I am. Okay, so anyways, the wallet is really cool. You can put credit cards, your money in. It zips up. It's made out of Velcro, or it's made out of.
Do it. Slow down, Ronald Reagan, and you do better.
Well, it's made out of. It's made out
What is it made out of?
Camouflage. And
camouflage material?
Yes.
Is it like steel or paper or wood? Is it cloth?
Cloth. And it's really good stuff, okay?
Really good stuff?
And you're really going to like these wallets. And so if you subscribe, you'll get one free up to the first 100 people, because that's going to cost, there's $6 cost for me to make
What's
them.
money at 40 grand?
I got 40.
No lunch, I didn't have any lunch.
I got the $40,000.
I hope we have a post-production dinner.
And
what else about the wall? What else about the wall? What
nothing. They're just really cool. You're going to get one in a couple
and
weeks.
Ladies can enjoy them too.
Yeah, give one to your husband.
No, give one to your wife.
Wife, husband.
No, the husband.
No, if the wife is watching, she
give to the husband.
Husband, that's just what we said.
That's what I'm trying to get you to say.
Okay, so, and when we get back,
we haven't left yet.
The fourth episode, we're going to be doing It's going to be very.
Don't give out too much
away.
Well, don't give what we're going to. Yeah, we always have something for each
yeah,
episode.
because it's going to be really.
It's going to be
different.
different.
Give them a teaser.
No, don't even give them a
come
teaser.
On.
What for?
You tell them to watch something.
If they like this, they'll watch it again. If they don't, we're going to get committed anyway, so it doesn't matter. Just hold on.
All right, so our fourth episode, which will not be next week, but the following week, we have a special
presentation.
Special presentation, okay? So make sure that you subscribe and share. Share this to everybody you know, because the only way that
we can keep it going. And get the engineer.
Yeah, because we can't have more than just 100 people watching.
Well, the engineer needs more practice.
Yes, he needs more practice.
We spend 3 hours just getting hooked up.
And I don't like knocking my ash off, but he does. Okay, so.
Well, I don't want it to fall in my lap. I mean, all your shirts are stained. Hey, I did see a good movie though.
What movie did you see
recently? And
did you see it with me?
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay, so what was it together?
Well, it was Deepwater Horizon.
Deepwater Horizon, yes.
And it was intense. I'll have to admit it was intense.
Well, Peter Berg knows how to make a movie. He is a good movie maker.
Good. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Peter Berg directed the film, and he does some pretty good stuff. I'll have to admit, with this film though, it was intense. And
it was intense from the beginning to the end.
Like what you say, a white knuckle driving type of film, and from beginning to end, and it was go, go, go. And what was fascinating about it, and most of you are probably familiar with it. That's what's.
No, they're not.
They're not. You don't think so?
No, not at all. You're bringing up topics that they have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, what's the movie about? It's an oil rig out in Louisiana coast.
It's the one that happened in 2010.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
They were going down 3 miles to drill oil,
and
they had to put this cap. Okay, it's called like a cap.
But they were doing a test on the cement platform.
The cement that has it's the cement around the cap. It's kind of like a.
And they were doing a test.
And they were doing a test.
And there was a disaster. It was a disaster.
And
it was a disaster film. But it was the editing that was so incredible from the different shots and different angles.
Yeah, so you want to... Okay, so
to reproduce that struck... What?
Can I interrupt you?
When don't you? I mean,
we are now going to rate movies based on cigars. And if we're going to rate them 1 to 5...
Based on cigars? What do you mean? No, you call a C effect. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, a C effect, but also rating the cigar, rating a movie like 1 to 5.
Okay, this is an 8 then. You're saying this is like an 8 maybe?
No, up to 5. We're only
up
to
to 5. Okay, this would be a 4 then, a 4.
Right, no, but what the movie is. Okay?
Oh, the movie, right? You want to rate the movie?
Horizon,
I would say it was about
a 5.
I can't give a 5 right away. Yeah, I'd give it a 4. A 4
and terrible movies, we're going to call them our Switzer Sweets, because Switzer Sweets are terrible cigars. Okay, they're not even a cigar.
Well,
okay?
they're yes.
Okay, they're you use potted them. Take a big hit.
Okay, can we get back to the movie?
All right. Anyways, we want to let people know that was.
It's fascinating if you're into construction. That's what I was intrigued by.
Yes.
Was the way they first of all filmed the movie, the editing of the movie, and then the building of the lot, the set, however they did it. And then thinking about the reality of making real oil rigs that float in the water.
It takes all the infrastructure. It's amazing.
The guys and the ladies that learn and are skilled for their different positions. Mostly guys. There was some wonderful ladies in there.
Yes,
and the skill that takes to create it.
And all the helicopters it needs to get. It's like a huge
it was phenomenal. But it showed all the links and the joints, and then when the bolts come flying off, and then one pipe connected to another, and then the rooms and the whole thing was mind-boggling. It just started reminding me of when we were kids. And the first thing that came to mind when I think of constructing things was erector sets.
Yes.
Remember erector sets? I used to try to put them together, and you have the little machine.
They're little nuts and bolts. They're called nuts and bolts, okay?
No, the nuts and bolts. And I was having troubles. I always had troubles trying to get those to screw on so they wouldn't fall apart.
Yeah, because he had me come in and fix them.
No, you were... I don't know where you were. But they had motors, and so the cranes would go up. And then there was, what was some of the other... Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs? Tinker Toys?
I love Lincoln Logs.
My favorite, though, was Girder and Panel.
Girder and Panel?
Yeah, where you took the little beams and the beams, and you put them together and you make buildings.
The girders and panels. Right.
I love Girder and Panels.
What about Lincoln? Or not?
I love
Tinker Toys.
Tinker Toys.
Tinker Toys.
Tinker Toys.
You could make. Oh, I used to make those galactical-looking
spaceships,
but and then the Galaxy, and you can make the circles and roll them around on the floor. I mean, there was, and then along came Legos.
Yes.
And that's when I was kind of drifting into other things. I think I was drifting into art and music.
You drifted into a lot of things.
Sure, I was a drifter. And art, and I was drifting a bit. But you got into Legos big time.
Yes.
Remember?
I'm obsessed with Legos right now. I have too many Legos.
But you used...
Wait,
where you last lived, you had a shed, and
I did have another shed, and it was packed with Legos.
Packed with Legos.
And I make these little ships. I make these ships out of Legos.
When did you start getting into Legos? I mean, when...
Well, you know what's so funny? I wasn't into Legos in high school or when I was in the Navy. When I had kids, Ryan, and I started doing Legos back in the 90s, really. Oh, brother. Yeah, these are my little spaceships I make.
These are pretty good sized spaceships.
Well, they're I have bigger ones.
Which camera do you want this on?
I have bigger ones though too.
Well, you have a few large, a little bit. Yeah, they're a little bit larger than these.
A little bit larger, yeah.
But you've created some phenomenal. Now, Q, your son, he doesn't like them. He hates Legos. He hates constantly. He thinks they're not creative.
That's not creative. He thinks they're boring.
Yeah. Well, then
my own son tells me my own creation.
Yeah, he spends 3 hours in pre-production trying to figure out a sound, and all you do is put the switch on. I mean, I don't. But you've made some larger ones.
Yes, I have.
You have made some larger ones.
Why? You want to see one?
Well, I want to see one. I think the audience would like to see one. So
I'm gonna have to get out of the chair.
Let's get out of the chair, and I'll set a table here and bring
It's gonna be a lot of work here.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna be stepping out of the camera.
That's because we're raw and organic.
I'm gonna be stepping out of the camera. You can't step out of the camera.
Can we step out of the camera, Q?
Oh my God!
It's raw and organic. We can do whatever we want.
Gosh!
Just want to show you another little Lego ship he built.
Gosh, here we go.
Just pull it back. It's very simple.
Are you going to put that table right there?
This table right here.
Well, that's going to be too big.
Super simple. Just shut up and
that
get it.
Table's way too big.
No, the table's not that big. It's
pull these mics back.
The table might be too
small.
big.
Can they still hear us?
Yes, they can. Just get the little Lego ship and bring it in. Then we can talk about it. Because kids might be into Legos. They're watching the show, might like Legos and see some of the little things you can play with, and
too small.
And just I know it's a small piece, but watch the front here. Watch the front. Bring this up a little bit. Okay, now when did you build this?
This one I built a couple years ago. Good Lord, this thing.
Okay, just set it down there.
Oh my gosh!
See if you can move the table back that way.
Here, we need to put this table here. Let's turn this table around here.
There.
Oh,
here. I'll hold the table up. You lift it up.
All right, you hold it up there,
and I'll put it
right there. Okay.
Oh my God. It's on the blanket there. Okay, there. Just set it down
right there. Oh
my gosh! Now check this baby out.
All right. So this is
actually
one of my small chips.
The front end. Close that door.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hold on.
I think the.
Oh gosh!
Pull this back a little bit that way.
Okay.
Because you got about.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm real happy because this is cool. Look at this.
Okay, we don't need sound effects, all right?
That's what I was good at.
So this is one of 6 ships that I built out of Legos. You probably can't see it very clically. How is it coming in? The bricks are coming in okay. This is basically called the
Captain of the Bridge.
George S. Patton. I named all the ships, but this is basically a galaxy protector.
A galaxy protector.
Galaxy protector.
Does that protect the galaxy?
It protects the galaxy.
Now, for kids that are watching, that's a galaxy protector.
See, I'm sick and tired of all the leftist commie pinko sci-fi movies where they always lose. And
yeah, we ain't gonna lose the war, baby.
I finally decided to build a ship that doesn't lose.
Yes.
This ship cannot be destroyed because it has an antimatter shield and antimatter projectiles that basically destroy ships.
Antimatter shield. Well, I was wondering where the ammo would be located in some of these areas.
Yeah, well, this ship is basically 3 miles long.
Good. Wow.
The size of this in real life would be 3 miles long, just so you know, okay?
And it wouldn't bend or
no, it wouldn't bend because it's made out of a new type of metal called. You know what it's called?
I haven't a clue.
You know what helium is?
Helium, yes.
It's called a helium aluminum.
Ooh, a helium aluminum.
That's right, lighter than air.
So
lighter
it can bend and
it's the most indestructible ship on Earth. Because it's not.
Who wants it on Earth? We want it up in space. Q, is that got a good shot of that?
You got a good shot on that cue there. You got a couple
When
of
did you actually make this?
I made this ship.
What year was it?
I made this ship basically. I started the first ship. I've got over 6 of them. We'll do some videos. He can take some pictures of them. But anyway, because I started building this in 2000, I think 8 or 9, and it took me about 3 or 4 months to build it.
So that was when you were committed in that institution at that time.
Yeah.
And they gave you a big bucket of Legos.
They gave me a bucket of Legos. It's 1 million Legos, about 1 million Legos. And I don't know, why did you want to do this?
Well, because to me, construction and putting something together as an artist, you paint, you draw, and it's the idea of seeing that film and just what goes into building things. People don't think of that.
I know.
They don't understand about floating things and how people construct. They just want to sit in the 30-year-olds sit in their parents' basements playing Xbox, and they don't think or do anything. And what we're just showing is what we can do and what you do with a little bit of ingenuity and creativity.
See, you have one main. This is the main.
Oh, there's.
bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Then you have the Admiral's Bridge, and then you have the Captain's Bridge. This is way up here where they can get a good view of the entire galaxy.
Now, what if a ship came in though and took that?
Well, no, because it has the anti-matter shield that protects everything. Okay, and plus they have enough ammo to destroy anything that gets in their way. So it's not like a bunch of liberal commie pinkles. Everything gets destroyed.
Do you think it's better than the Starship Enterprise?
Oh, this could blow away the Starship.
Oh, okay, Trekkies didn't mean to bring that up, but
Star Wars, this would destroy an Imperial class destroyer in 2 seconds.
All you'd have to do is turn one of the ships around, and they could just light space right through it, right?
Oh, light. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I just think it's
this is one of 6 ships that I built out of Legos.
I think it's fascinating. Did anybody comment? Anybody
commenting about this? Probably not. It's just
a
stupid.
No, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool.
All right, this is my Lego.
Open the door. Let's get her out of here.
Okay, let's get her out of here.
We'll reload and reset up
here.
I'm saying things and you're repeating what I'm saying.
I'm not repeating anything. You're repeating me, okay?
Helium aluminum. Love it. That's the comment we got right now.
Just be careful with it, because we got one that's actually. What's funny is we have a bigger one in the workshop studio. There's a bigger one, but it was too big to bring in here, and that's hanging off the wall. Got it? Be careful. Be careful. There we go. Oh no! What? Now, okay, let me move this back out of the way. Bring this back up. Oh no! I just dropped it! Oh my God! You're gonna rebuild that thing! I just dropped it! I told you to watch the doorway! Oh my gosh! Did you hear that? That's gonna take me years to rebuild! Huh. No, I'm just kidding, people. I didn't do that. That was actually Maybe we can put you back in the asylum. That was actually from a Okay, you're moving your chair up too far. I'm sorry. You're just trying to grab the mic and you're gonna eat it. You're gonna eat the mic.
Yeah, give me
where's the poppers? You were gonna do it. Where are the poppers you're gonna do an ad for?
I'm not gonna do an ad for the poppers, okay? So just be quiet.
Where's your puppet? Where's the puppet man?
Puppet's over here.
I just found that fascinating.
No, there was a.
And I want to show, but the movie's terrific. Catch it. It's just the idea of building things to illuminate our homes, to allow cars to drive, and
see, that's what the leftist commie pinkles don't understand is, number one, they don't understand how electricity is generated. Number one,
that's true.
They don't understand how oil is converted into gasoline. Number two.
Or they either don't understand or don't want to understand.
No, I don't think they understand how electricity is how it's created. I don't think they understand how electricity is actually generated and brought into the house. Yeah. And you need coal to generate steam. The steam then turns a turbine, which creates electricity.
And you can have clean coal.
And so anybody that has a Tesla, or Teslas, is it Texlas or a Tesla?
Tesla or Tesla?
They buy these electric cars.
Oh my gosh. What would it take to try to generate electricity to charge those cars? It's going to take
a bucket of coal. A bucket of coal. Yes, sirree.
Unbelievable.
So don't forget, this is While the Cigar is Lit podcast, and you are watching live in, what's it called? The Shed Podcast? Is it called The Shed Podcast?
In the Shed
Podcast. In the Shed Podcast, what it's called?
In the Shed Podcast. They know where it is.
Are you just kind of sitting there quietly, you know?
No, I just wanted to bring up a picture for you.
Oh, what do you
bring up something?
Yeah, bring something. You need to start me bringing up pictures. Oh, yeah, like Tesla. There you go.
That's a nice picture you brought up.
I'd love to walk up to somebody and say, hey, I love your Tesla. Hey, did you know that thing, I love how it's generated by coal.
Yeah.
What do you mean by coal? That's how you get your electricity is by coal, because that thing will not work unless you turn on the electricity until you get the generator turning.
You need coal to turn it on.
And you need the coal. Okay, so here's the situation. You have basically 5 different ways of creating electricity.
Okay.
You have either coal, you have natural gas, you have a wind power, you got geothermal, well, you got probably more than 5. You got nuclear, you got water. I mean, you've got all sorts of ways to generate the electricity. But the most effective way to generate the electricity
Mr. Wiggins is shot.
Is nuclear or coal. And nuclear, nobody likes nuclear because of radioactive waste.
And oil.
But oil,
oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play.
Yeehaw, cowboy!
Where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Okay, that's enough of music.
Do you have to sing though? Could I get or sing softly? Like Ronald Reagan. Can you sing Ronald Reagan? How does he sing? Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope range, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Q, how things going, Q?
Good.
We got up to about 6 views. Is that about how many people are watching this time? Probably.
It's live. I mean, it's afternoon, and we're competing with other radio.
I know that. It's pretty harder. Okay.
Comment is Deepwater Horizon needed an antimatter shield.
Yes. Possibly, yes. We do need them.
We got the one guy that's enjoying our sci-fi.
And then SSBN didn't need coal.
The what?
SSBN?
Mm-hmm.
SSBN, what's that? SSBN didn't need coal?
You mean SSBN, a ballistic missile submarine? No, it was nuclear. That's what I was saying, is nuclear or coal are the 2 different types are the most efficient, okay? And if you have SSBN, which is a nuclear submarine, which is a ballistic missile submarine, that is yes, that's the case. Well, who just said that? SSBN doesn't. Who told you that?
Mr. Wiggins is back.
A weary?
Weary. Oh. Oh my God.
That's a good old state of. I think it's Iowa. That's pretty
okay,
cool.
So
That's
the
pretty
next.
Cool.
So don't forget to subscribe to the In the Shed podcast. And we're going to talk about.
You just get a sign that says it from now on.
Okay, what's this?
No, don't show that yet. You don't show that part. Show the first Why do you don't show the painting?
Where's the painting? Yeah,
you gotta see the painting. The painting. Oh shoot, the painting. I forgot about that.
Okay, so he's now going into art. Is that what we're doing?
Well, somebody asked. Weary asked about the art. Where's the art? The art picture. I got to make sure I got my my notes right on this one too. I always get things messed up.
So we're talking about the movie Gettysburg, correct?
Well, the movie is Gettysburg. The
I
painting
know that
is by Winslow Homer that we're going to be seeing.
Yes, I know that. Yeah, that is.
It's
right
called
there.
Prisoners. Oh, that's a good copy.
That's a good
That's a very good copy.
So this was
painted in 1866. We're talking art and movies again.
I know that you like
I
doing
mentioned
that.
the last episode about Ron Maxwell had done the painting Gettysburg. Okay, don't you dare start while I'm trying to explain this. And it's Prisoners from the Front. It was painted by Winslow Homer, one of my favorite painters. Okay, that's the point. It's one of my favorite painters. I've always loved his work. Early American. This was painted in 1866. Before that, he had been an artist, a sketcher that had gone during the Civil War and actually was going as a journalist out and around sketching and painting. And this was painting just shortly after the war, 1866, based upon some sketches that he had done. And the painting itself is Prisoners from the Front, and it's during the Battle of Perrysburg. Oh, shoot, I'm going to have to go to my notes here. Sorry about that. Petersburg, Virginia. And what you see on the right...
Yeah, I see that. It looks pretty good,
Brigadier General Francis Channing Barlow with 4 prisoners having a discussion. Now, the beauty of Homer's works is that it's gritty, it's very earthy. We can use the word organic. He has this real nice textural substance with his color, with his marks, with his... But one of my all-time favorite paintings. So I'm watching Ron Maxwell's Gettysburg, and I mentioned this previously in our last episode.
I know you did.
When this came up, it floored me. Now, this is the actual scene, then, of this that they used, because remember I said I had gotten the storyboard.
Yeah, I know you did.
And I went through all the storyboards, and that story, it wasn't
storyboard.
storyboarded this particular scene, but they used this painting, and this is what...
Okay, so now, can we get to the video now?
So get to the video, we're going to see it in its entirety.
Oh my gosh.
And watch what happens.
Well, I can already see a problem here. There's one guy that's... Oh, okay,
forget the problem. Okay, there's the stand, and that's the stand. He kicks back on his back leg, and that's it, right there. Check all of those guys there.
What outfit you with? Fortress Brigade, 8th Division. Where you from? Tennessee. How about you? Maine. I never been to Tennessee. Reckon I never been to Maine either.
Okay, that was very interesting. Moving right along to the next subject.
We're not done with the video clip. Oh, you couldn't hear it?
Oh, you find it.
So we're going to be watching this for the next 20 minutes?
No, it's only...
Well, we're going to start committing suicide soon here. And can people hear me when I'm talking about this movie really stinks? And Tim likes all this kind of stuff, and I don't know why he does, but I guess I have to listen to it to keep him happy. Because he likes these type of things.
It was the scene that came up to it.
We just go on and on and on and on and on, and I just, show him the picture and let him get more bored about your subjects, and
Why'd you get captured?
good grief.
Notice how he has the hat, the satchel across him.
Do you think anybody cares?
Thank you, but I thought.
Do you think anybody cares?
I think. I have a fan club that's been contacting.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
I'm a fan club
Twitter,
of one.
Twitter. Well, no,
it's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
I mean, big.
It's so big.
It's big. So big.
It's huge.
It's so big. It's huge.
You know, I want to bring up something about Trump. You know what's funny? How much stuff they like to throw at Trump, but none of it sticks.
Hey, just keep the picture there for a minute, and just the line up there.
Yeah,
see how
just
he keep back on his back foot.
You keep that.
When that scene came up, it was pretty cool. It was a neat. And this is at the Met. And here we go. I will give you a free T-shirt if you go to the Met.
Where are you going to get the T-shirts?
Where we're having them made.
Yeah, right.
Now, out of your budget, supposedly. But you get take a selfie in front of Prisoners from the Front by Winslow Homer at the Met, Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York City, and send it to us, and you will get a free T-shirt of While the Cigar's Lit.
That's just so amazing.
That was painted in 1866. That's a cool painting.
So another couple movies we watched recently, which were...
We're not talking about movies. We were talking about Trump. You were mentioning something about Trump.
So...
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Trump says a lot of things and does a lot of things.
Yes.
He's also known for, if he goes for something, the left is going to attack him for it.
Yes.
So one thing recently that that he's done is he talked about banning guns, right? the bump stocks, the age limits, and then he also joked in the same week about being president for life. You heard about Xi Jinping?
Obama did the same thing. He wanted to be king, actually.
Well, some people say that this was 4D chess on Trump's part because he was actually getting the left to be anti-gun, or actually anti-gun grabbers. And this was posted on a website. Who's Got Two Thumbs, and in the same week suggested both taking guns without due process and America giving a president for life a chance. This guy. So now the left is saying you can't take our guns. So he completely flipped the script on him.
He flipped it.
He does it all the time. He's way ahead of these guys. It's funny.
He's not a politician, which is the beauty of it.
I wouldn't be surprised if
which is finally nice.
If this ex-Trump guy that was on his campaign, if he wasn't told to come out there by Trump, I wouldn't pass me if just to throw the media into a kitty nitty.
He gets people thinking again. He gets people negotiating, discussing, coming up with solutions. That's the problem with the Democratic Party.
I know. Well, no, it's a problem with communist, Marxist, socialists,
it's the problem
and
with the
progressives.
Democratic Party.
Yes, sir. Oh, and by the way, I'm having a Mexican Coca-Cola with natural cane sugar.
Yeah, we can see it all over you.
And it's better than the other Coke made with high fructose corn syrup. Okay.
The DNC, as we showed before in the piece, the artwork last week, the DNC with the blind leading the blind.
Leading the
I got
blind.
a picture back here on the back wall, by the way. Got a print.
And we're actually smoking.
Okay, the Democrats don't provide actual solutions.
Are you reading it?
I'm reading this
script?
because I kept it from my own personal information.
And what cigars are we smoking?
Democrats don't provide actual solutions, but instead use a problem as a starting point for other agendas. They don't really solve anything. They use it as a starting point for other agendas.
Like you don't really solve anything either, do you? So we are having, again, this is
Trump initiates dialogue. He flips it back. He has conversations. Can you imagine some of the discussions that are really going on behind closed doors? And yet, what the beauty of Trump is, he brings the
okay. So here's a conversation. Here's a conversation that Trump. Can I finish?
Well, I haven't had a chance to get a word in edgewise.
So here's a conversation that Trump has had in the White House.
Because, I mean, after being with you for a while, I have to go to my songs. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer.
So here's what Trump is probably doing in the White House with a couple of his aides. Okay, so here's what we're going to... Trump's not very good. I'm working on it. Okay, so guys...
None of your invitations are any good. but go ahead, do it, Trump. That didn't sound anything like Trump. Hey, have you bought one of those Trump bears yet?
No, I haven't.
I'd like to get one.
No,
Put it on my motorcycle and drive around.
You don't have a motorcycle. So anyway,
I'll get the motorcycle.
He's probably sitting like, okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to piss off the media. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go out there and say this.
Who's that? That sounds like Edward G. Robinson with tight pants. What the heck was that?
I'm working on Trump. It takes me a while,
well,
okay?
It takes you a while, all right.
I can do Bill Clinton, but I don't want to do him.
I grow a beard down to my legs.
This is Barack Obama. We're going to do it here. We're going to confiscate everything here.
I think your son does a better Trump. Big. It's going to be big. It's going to be real big.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be
that's right.
It's going to be so big.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys.
I'm just going to tell you how important it is.
Right, I'm working on it.
He doesn't have to work on it. He's a natural.
See, I can't talk at all, can you? You're just constantly talk today, aren't you?
No,
you're just going to get me all upset today, aren't you?
You always tell me.
You're coming me about everything I'm doing today.
Oh! Why does this come up?
And there are signs that
Democrats
could be seeing a rise in the...
That scared me.
These ads on these stupid...
All right,
here we go. We've got TV versus Trump in 2018.
That's what I was telling you.
And 91% negative coverage.
I know. That's what I brought up earlier.
You talked about it. I brought up
Correct.
That's
91% 91% negative. What do you expect?
Oh, that's right. You did bring that up. He was here. I think Q was here when we...
The problem I have, the problem I fear in Texas and these other states is if liberalism, which is a disease, if it starts to follow people that go...
a virus.
Yeah, it's a virus. If they go to Texas, then all those liberals go there, and then they infect all the people in Texas, and it just spreads like a disease. It needs to be eradicated right now. I'm telling you right now.
Well, actually, we're seeing a lot of that happening. I mean, look at even the viewer turnout for the Oscars was just plummeted. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear these guys talk about their leftist policies and their ideas, which are, first of all, extremely hypocritical. Everything that was stated and brought up was so hypocritical of what they actually do, what these people actually do in their personal lives and what they do in the films. But it's just this constant hypocrisy, and they don't see it. But the masses, the majorities, the peoples of America are seeing through it, are finally seeing through it.
So they're saying that Cruz is worried about Texas turning blue.
That's interesting.
He's up for re-election. He's absolutely concerned with the prospect of high Democratic turnout in Texas for the midterm elections in November. The extreme left is energized and angry, and it makes it all the important for conservatives to show up in November, Cruz told CNN.
Correct. I think it's good that he's keeping the couch potatoes.
Right, because we need to be just as energized as they do.
Yes, and I think he's trying to put a spark to that, which is good.
I think that goes into why we are doing this podcast, because we're showing there are a lot of Trump supporters that are in the Rust Belt that, even though we're not Hollywood, we still can make content. Maybe not as professional as Hollywood, but we're here.
Right. Well, it's not fake. It's fact. We do throw facts in research. We try to tell the millennials, research, check your numbers. Don't just accept somebody's verbiage. Check it out. Recheck it. Even what we say, check on it.
Oh, good grief. Here we go again. Just to never stop. Your boringness just gets me going to a complete confusion here.
I wish someone would email in and just...
They won't.
And say that I'm not as boring as you say that I am with my facts and my... I just talk a little slower. I don't talk all hypered up.
Okay, so just do a shout out to Ashley. She just commented, says, love this show for you guys.
Well, we appreciate that, to Ashley. I appreciate that. I know my brother probably doesn't, but I do. I do.
Tell her how she can get a free wallet.
Oh, that's right. Now, Ashley can get the free wallet. You subscribe, get the real wallet for your son. You could have it if you want to. It's going to be military camouflage. It probably is anything.
A lot of ladies like military camouflage.
Okay, fine. You don't have to criticize me for everything.
They like rifles. They like guns. They like.
Will you let him talk here?
We got another shout out to Trump's.
What?
I'm not going to say it.
What's happened here? What's so funny?
His name is Trump's 12-inch softy.
Okay, that's disgusting. Okay, so tell what?
Yeah, this is family friendly. We'll move on.
Just shout out to Trump, though. Tell him how to get a free wallet.
Okay, so anyway, we're going to have these free wallets for subscribers because this is a Why the Cigar is Lit podcast. It's basically just my brother and I pontificating about whatever we want to pontificate, okay? And sometimes I do my real voice. Sometimes I do Mr. Wiggins.
Sometimes I would like him to do a mute voice. You ever do a mime? You got to quit pulling on that because I don't know how long that glue holds. The glue that you use to keep it down.
So, anyways, on this podcast, we just basically have a cigar while we're doing the podcast. And this week, or these next 4 weeks, we are having the one cigar out to what they call the Alec Bradley Fresh Pack, which is get you 4 Toro cigars. And we're having the, what do you call this here thing, a Mundial. We're having the Mundial cigars, and we talk until
Olivia.
We basically talk until these cigars are gone.
Perdomers are good. We're going to try those.
We're going to try every time.
We keep going to the cigars finish. We might have to go to maybe a Robusto instead of a Toro.
We're going to do whatever I want to. Okay.
What's the difference between a Robusto and a Toro?
It's just
length.
The length.
The length
so
of a
the length
cigar.
of the show, we could go from a Toro to a Robusto if we go too long.
And all the cigars are really good here. And you never inhale a cigar, you only puff it.
Correct.
That's the correct thing to do, sir. And so when you subscribe, you're going to get these little wallets. And unfortunately, I don't have their wallets right now because I'm getting them made. I have a production company in Florida that's making these.
Yeah,
and
I've seen some good cigar smokers in movies. And one of them was Sterling Hayden in Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He's one of the best cigar smokers.
But Edmund G. Robinson was a good smoker.
He was a good cigar. Because if you see anybody inhale it or blow it out like that, they're not smoking it correctly. They probably got sick and went off the set and rinsed their mouths out or whatever. But
Sorry. You get it.
Stop.
Why do you keep doing that?
It's the ads on the website.
Oh, I thought it was. But Sterling Hayden does a good job. It's Dr. Strangelove.
This is our third podcast. Now, we are also going to be posting up the best of our podcast, okay? Like 5-minute little clippets so that you can kind of send them to your friends and all that.
You know, you don't have to do Mr. Wiggins on everything we announce or give an ad to. You can say it in a normal voice.
So, a lot of people are asking about how the Black Panther was. They said we were
okay,
let
me talk.
Let me explain.
All right, so we were going to go see the movies last night because he said he wanted to see it, okay?
I live in Indiana.
And I don't really care where you live.
I had to drive over.
I don't care if you lived in Timbuktu, okay? You should have been over here last night to go see the movie.
We didn't get a chance to get to it yet. The hype's over. Okay, the hype's over.
The hype is over.
But it's still a great movie. I haven't gone to see it yet.
How do you know it's great? You haven't seen it.
From what
all right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be going to Vegas next week.
She's good with movies.
Can I finish talking without you interrupting me just one freaking time? Just please one time. Not to interrupt me. Just one time.
We got to do a survey. Who interrupts more?
Okay, I don't interrupt you.
I interrupt you. You told me that I was too passive. So I need.
I know that, but you need to let me finish one freaking sentence.
Well, if you slow down and chuck Mr. Wiggins and put him in a bucket.
So I'm going to go to Vegas next week, and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch the Black Panther because I'll be by myself.
You're going
to Vegas.
A convention, right?
I'm going to a convention. Yeah. Yes.
You have to. You're not just going to Vegas for all the extracurricular activities.
No, I'm just
going on business.
I'm going on the business.
Yes.
And
hey, they got new football teams coming down.
I don't really care. I don't care. Okay.
The Vegas.
I don't care. I got something in my eye. I think. I got to your face. What a jerk. Okay, so we're running almost. What time? We're probably done now. Hitting at an hour.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We still got to finish these. We got to wait till the cigar's lit. So.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do.
Well, what were you going to talk about?
Well, I can't remember because you got the.
Oh, guys, I just got dizzy.
You always get dizzy because your face is a dizzy. Good grief! Sometimes I just.
Oh boy!
All right. Tell everybody to head to our Twitter
at guys, that's right,
Cigars Lit. We've got the tweet going on.
I love it. Did you hear that? Am I doing all right?
No, you're not. You're going crazy.
Twitter. What's that? Cigar Lit. Cigar. Is it cigars or cigar lit?
At Cigars Lit, and there's the poll is up right now. Who interrupts more, Tim or Brian?
Yeah, let's get that on Twitter. Let's start tweeting.
Well, I know the answer to that one. I don't need to know to do that.
I rest my case. I have visual evidence, so I can rest my case. But do the, and if you have a Twitter, we'll Twitter you.
Twitter you, Twitter there, twiddle-dee, twiddle-dum. Okay, if you figured out that you're supposed to have been spending all this time learning how to do a song and everything, and you got one song done.
No, I've done three. See that again? He had. You listen. You don't listen with the intent.
I know
to understand.
I know
you listen with the intent to reply.
I don't need to reply.
I love that quote. I don't know where I heard that.
What are you doing?
What does that mean?
What is that to two? What does this mean? 2-0. What does that mean? What does 0-2 mean?
So you got 20 minutes left. You better finish those cigars.
20 minutes left? We're already at an hour.
That's good. We can.
We're at an hour already, aren't we? Oh my goodness gracious.
We were going to get into a whole bunch of conspiracy theories.
But we're going to have to push that to back because the Walker. Well, here's the basic synopsis, but we can go into this later. But You know, you've got all these conspiracies. You got the moon deniers, the flat earthers, the 9/11 truthers, the Bigfoot, and I'm not going to talk about the other one.
The contrail.
Well, that one is a real one, okay? Because
that is not.
You got no proof on that one.
Water.
Because I know what the contrail is. Okay, can you tell me what happens when a jet airplane goes in the air? Okay, you're going to get out to your little papers,
yeah,
okay?
because I can shut you up.
Okay, go ahead.
Contrail, it is engine exhaust with sulfur, water vapor, and changes in air pressure, which forms into ice crystals, leaving a condensation trail.
And when the trail goes away, within seconds of
it doesn't always go away within seconds.
Okay.
And we have photographic proof from the 40s, 50s, and 60s that it doesn't go away in seconds. And it all depends on, one, the engines, the different types of engines that are used, and the atmospheric conditions.
This is a denial. There you go, right there.
Just letting you know.
Just know that you're a nutcase. You know that?
I'm not a...
You are a nutcase. You just don't believe anything.
And there's always this cry of disinformation from the conspiracy theorists. And any evidence to the contrary of their beliefs is seen as disinformation. Yet their beliefs have been built on disinformation in the first place. So take that and pack sand. And I've got a photograph from 1959 in the Twilight Zone, one of the Twilight Zone episodes. And it shows a picture of planes in the background with contrails that are miles long that have not dissipated or disappeared within seconds. So take that and pack sand. So don't get pulled into all this hogwash about spraying aluminum in the last 10 or 15 years in the sky, when contrails have been just as long back then in 1959. It was an episode in Twilight Zone. Who is that fella, the actor? And it was a poster. Oh, I can't remember all the info on that.
Anyway,
we'll show that maybe next week.
We're going to get into that later.
The moonwalk deniers, that's a fun one though. The moonwalk. You know, some people.
I don't understand it. But let's not go into that right now.
You don't want to go into that right
now?
No,
I don't. It's going to take too much time here.
Well, could take.
I'm just enjoying these cigars. So don't forget to.
If you say one more time any ad towards anything that we're doing, I'm going to shoot you. They want information. We want humor.
We're not having the Coca-Cola with it.
And keep sucking that down while your belly just keeps getting just. Now, see, I'm on a diet. My nephew
nice
put me on
Coca-Cola with sugar in it.
Good diet.
The pure cane sugar really good for you. Oh, yeah, baby.
Just right in pure water and coffee.
You're such a hypocrite. You know, this week you are the one that's burning slow, and I'm burning fast.
I'll puff it. You told me to quit puffing so much. Do we have those big plumes anymore?
Do you guys keep smoking the same cigars each
Yeah.
time?
What do you mean the same cigar?
No, each week we've had a different one.
No, you two are smoking the same one.
No, we are same.
I say identical.
Okay, good.
But you can tell that he just has been drawing heavily.
So you guys went out to dinner recently?
Yes.
Where did you guys go? And I think something happened. You called me or something, or?
We were talking about food and cuisine, and this guy's a steak and potatoes man. He thinks he knows all about food, Wherever we go, I want to order something different, and all he gets is steak and potatoes, or steak and fries. I mean, I could order for him now. We could go into a fancy restaurant that has all kinds of wonderful delicacies and different cuisines, and he doesn't want any of it. Just steak and potato. So I don't know how your taste buds could even understand what's different as far as. Yes,
or
sir.
the best is, say you're in like Connecticut or you're in like some random place that have wonderful food. I mean, just the best.
Different.
He'll say, "Oh, you want to get some food? Oh, I'm starved. Oh yeah, I'm hungry too. There's a Chili's right down the road. Let's head to Chili's."
That could be fun. Chili soup, chili.
No, but I'm saying there's a lot of places like you could go to, you know, a local restaurant and try something new, and you just want to eat the same old. Go to Chili's or some kind of Max and Irma.
Well, first of all, it's my money, and I will go someplace that I am spending my now. When you guys start paying for the meal, see, this is the problem.
You have a $40,000 budget, and you say, "Well, let's just go out and I'll just treat to everybody." And
then you like where I go to eat. Then
well, yeah,
you understand
we like
there?
to order something a little different. Then you get the same. I tell you what, I'm going to put a plug out for Rua. Rua Restaurant. It's in Warsaw, Indiana. Throw a plug out there. They have a gallery in there, an art gallery also. It's called the Gallery at Rua. I actually have an exhibition going on there. But they have, it's international cuisine. International, they call it international street food cuisine.
But now I guess McDonald's now, and starting in May, they're going to start offering fresh quarter pounders, not frozen. They're going to be fresh quarter pounders now.
There we go, right to the beat. I mean,
what's the problem?
You got noodles, you got all pastas, you've got kimchi, you've got all kinds of different types of flavors.
Kimchi, what the?
Right, it's always meat and potatoes. We are Irish. We do have a little bit Irish background.
Yep, putting the fresh beef in the quarter pounder. So what was in it before was fresh beef? See, what it was is it's processed. It's frozen, and that's the difference. See, whenever I go to a restaurant, and I call them, there's two classifications of restaurants, okay? So this is the classification of restaurants. Well, are you listening to me very carefully? So there are two classifications of restaurants. The one classification is a Gordon food restaurant, in which they take everything from Gordon's food, they take it out of the tub, and they put it on your plate.
Gordon food.
Oh, brother. Or you have a restaurant like, for example, Cheddar's in Findlay, Ohio. There's a place called Cheddar's, and they're based out of Indiana, believe it or not.
I believe it.
And they make everything is scratch made, so everything is scratch. No matter what you get, is scratched. It's not Gordon food, processed food. Their burgers are fresh. They actually make the patties, not take them out of that are already a pre-made patty. I know that when I get a patty at a restaurant, if it's frozen or if it's natural. Made. A natural made patty. You want to know what a natural made patty is?
How's their soup?
It's all natural.
How do you know? Do you eat it?
No, but you can tell.
Have you eaten it to tell?
I don't eat the soups, okay? Good grief.
It's Rua Restaurant.
I don't care about Rua. They don't care about Rua.
Warsaw,
they only
Indiana.
care about my stuff. What's my name? Brian.
You drive through Warsaw, Indiana, and stop at Rua Restaurant. And they have fresh food. You want fresh, Jack. It's fresh.
This is breaking from your favorite news network.
Oh, I know. I think this is so funny.
Why do the Comedy News Network emblem up?
I think they're going to get rid of it. I think they're going to do it. I think Trump is going to get them to get rid of their nukes.
And then the Dow has also risen nearly 200 points after North Korea says it's willing to talk about denuclearization.
I'm trying to think of the website, therua.com.
Some people believe that the reason the Dow has been going up and down, or why it raised so much when Trump took office, was that he got with his cronies and basically orchestrated the Dow to go up so that way it could handle the ups and downs for his presidency.
Oh, gee, that's so stupid. I told you last week why it goes up and down. Guys are buying and selling and making millions of dollars in one day. Okay? If you have $1 million, okay, and you buy a stock for $1 and it goes to $2, how much did you just make? $1 million.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'm just saying that's what happens with the big guys.
That's what happens with the big guys.
Trade protection. And this thing, I don't understand why the media is obsessed with the trade protection. Why is it that the media wants us to fail? And why all the other countries of the world need to take advantage of us?
It creates stress.
Tim, you like art? This is our piece of artwork that was painted.
Good caricature. Franco does a good job. And Ben
American work.
Isn't that the truth?
What's it say? Didn't you talk about that earlier about how we're going to start a trade war and nothing sticks on Trump? That shows a shield. So there's a shield that's protecting Trump and the American workers.
I mean, it's amazing how he's talking about something that protects American workers and the Democrats are attacking him. Everybody's attacking him. Oh, you can't do that. That's protectionism. Well, what about Canada's protectionism against their people? Why is it okay for all these? See, I'll tell you right now.
Calm down. All these other countries do that, yes. Calm down.
No, but it's a bunch of commie, crapo, liberal, leftist, Marxist, progressivism.
They want to create confusion.
No, they want to destroy America. We're unfair. Because we're the greatest. We are the greatest workers. We're the greatest nation on this frickin' planet. Because we've been a capitalist society. We have free
Free market system.
People can come and create. Where do you think all the franchises come from? Where's the last McDonald's or the next country across the world that's created a McDonald's or a Burger King or something like that?
So
Nobody.
Obama's quoted as saying, "We are running out of oil. Must switch to alternative forms of energy."
When did he say that?
We depend on global producers. Now, just today, Sarah Sanders, the press sec, said, "Great again." The U.S. is likely to overtake Russia to become the world's largest oil producer.
Okay, so here I'm going to talk about the Mr. Wiggins, and I'm going to do it very calmly because you freaking commie link it just drives me enough with this pontification of the pontificating. It just drives me crazy. So I'm going to make this statement one more time while you play their music and nice and calmly. Okay. Okay, so there is more oil sitting right now in Alaska, in that one area that's basically the size of Toledo, Ohio. Okay, there's more oil in that area that they've now opened up, okay, than any oil basically on the planet of Earth. And they're going to start to drill in there, and they're going to have more oil than we know what to do with. See, here's something that I'm going to really get the people upset with. I believe oil is created every day under the pressures underneath the earth. With the amount of pressure that's on the ocean, that's putting on the bottom of that ocean floor.
I am in paradise.
Yes, that's true.
I believe oil is created all the time.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
some scientists will tell me, Brian, you don't know what you're talking about because you're just a dum-dum. Well, you know what? You proved to me that the pressures of the earth, the pressures on the underneath the ocean with the 3 miles, what kind of pressure that has on the ocean floor, and how that has a pressure that creates the pressure underneath the ocean that is creating that oil. I guarantee you, it's being created every freaking day, and it will never run out of oil ever.
God is created.
That's a bold statement with no facts behind it. That's why they call.
No, there's other people
lots of facts behind
there's other
that.
people that
We can get
believe
a
that.
list of facts. I don't.
I'm not going to
recall
go down there
them
because
right
that's the
There's
3%.
lots of facts
I don't need to talk about it because every time they find more oil, all of a sudden we're finding more oil.
God's created a complete system for this planet.
Because
We
good
just
grief,
have
how
to
many
be
dinosaurs were there on the earth?
We just have
They're
to
kind
be
of telling me, this came
we
from a
just have to
dinosaur.
be responsible with those systems.
So where were the dinosaurs
And
living
if
under?
you create windmills, there's more toxic, polluted materials that are used to create windmills that are leaving toxic ponds in other countries.
Okay, so let me kind of interrupt here real quick here. This is Why the Cigar is Lit podcast. I'm Brian. That's my brother Tim. He's the second person fiddle on the fiddle list here. And my name is Brian Young, and we're smoking a cigar.
I'm the older brother, right?
You are the older brother. You're 66 years old, and I'm a 58.
You got the glue on your rug, but I have this.
I don't
real
have.
hair.
This is not the glue. This is all the real hair here.
So the tariffs. Did you guys cover tariffs yet?
No, we not the
didn't.
tariffs.
We got real quick.
Question?
Yeah, tariffs. So tariffs used to account for 95% of the U.S. Government.
Yep.
But this ended in 1913, which is also the year we created the Federal Reserve. So they just traded, instead of taxing the imports, they taxed us instead.
Exactly. Isn't that amazing? No, that's true. I mean, you stop and think about that. Why does China or Japan have the highest tariffs on our goods, especially meat going into Japan? You want to get the steak in New York into Japan, you're going to pay 4 times it is what here in the United States. Why is it not the fair?
How did you fall in love with Mr. Wiggins' voice? You got to get a new voice.
Yeah, that one's terrible. I get so annoyed when you call and start talking in that stupid voice. It's huge. It's
okay,
so
let's
terrible.
do a survey. I want you to do a survey.
So many
survey
people.
Do people like
So
Mr.
many
Wiggins'
people.
voice?
Survey 2. What voice do you like from Brian?
I can do Walter Cronkite. This is Walter Cronkite.
This is Walter Cronkite.
This is March the 5th,
This is March the 5th,
1975.
1975.
Okay, you don't know how to do any imitations, okay? Okay, here I can do George Bush, okay? So I can do George here. We're going to do this right now. Here, no, that's Mr. Wiggins and a George Bush.
I think they're all on steroids. I don't know, something's wrong.
We're going to make sure tonight, yes, stars.
Oh, remember the Ed Sullivan
The
show?
Ed Sullivan
Where
Show.
we're dating ourselves.
Good evening. My name is Ed Sullivan. Tonight we're going to have the population of Guam and walking across our stage and an aerial view of Kate Smith.
I remember that was a kid when I saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show.
The Ed Sullivan.
That was fun.
We're going to be shit tonight.
That's putting me back a few years.
A lot of years, because you're
I was born
66.
in 1951. And that was interesting then because...
Who cares? No, I mean really seriously. Who cares when you were born?
Well,
no, I'm serious. No, I'm
kept
serious.
My dad out of the Korean War.
Do you think they really cared?
Probably not. It kept my dad.
Then why would you bring it up?
Well, it kept my dad out of the Korean War because the married couples at that time, the father with the firstborn, were deferred. He was already in World War II, so he could have been drafted.
So what do you think? Every time we do these podcasts, what do you think? We're getting better or worse?
What a question.
But these are just organic, right?
These
organic,
are raw and organic. They're supposed to be.
And we're not the professionals. Now, I've got the budget to $40,000.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the check come through the mail yet. But
okay, so who's paying your art studio right now? Where is that the money coming from, huh? Then shut your fat mouth.
I have a private donor.
Yeah, private donor named Brian Young.
Well, if you want to see some good art, you can go to Timothy.
Walter Young. That's right.
No, it's not Walter.
Oh.
Now, if you would quit interrupting, TimothyWYoung.com. Facebook, Twitter, and the blog. If you like art.
So Linda Sarzan, or whatever her name is, was saying that the hijab is a sign of freedom, and it shows women's rights.
Yeah, tell me about the women's rights in Saudi Arabia now. You're not allowed to dance at concerts. Women can't drive now. They're trying to open that one up. But it's hypocritical. If the Muslims in America wanted to get their way, they'd have Sharia law. You'd have two different standards of law. You'd have the U.S. law and Sharia law, and that's all there is. All of a sudden, the Muslims would have their own set of laws, and we'd have our own set of laws. I mean, it just basically destroys our Constitution. They don't care about our Constitution.
America's a melting pot, and it should be.
And they don't want to melt.
They don't want to. A lot of people don't want to melt. A lot of people do.
You never did. Yes, I know that. I know that right there.
I had assimilated. What do you mean? I was born in America.
Oh. Any final words? How was the cigar? We got to know how the cigar was.
Okay, the cigars are very mild.
I would say above mild. I would almost push them into the full, very rich.
And they're basically
a nice.
We've had how many cigars so far?
3 out of the Toro.
So you've had 3 different ones,
right?
Which one gets the most cigars so far?
Well, I like the Mundial. These are nice.
These are nice. I like these. These are nice. Nice draw.
There's an excellent draw. No plugs.
There's never a plug in an Alec Bradley.
Soft, cool aroma. Enjoy that. Has a nice, the savory richness.
But we want to thank people for subscribing.
He has to question.
I know. Okay, go ahead.
We're trying to give the.
Tell us how to subscribe, how to get the free wallet. When are we going to get those?
The wallets will be in about 2 weeks. I'm hoping to get samples when I get back from Vegas, and they're basically a little wallet. They're made out of. They're like a military camouflage. You can zipper them up. They're really compact. You can put credit cards, money in them. We're going to give away 100 of them to the first 100 people that subscribe. Just make sure you send us your name and address via what's the Shangri-La Production at gmail.com. And this is in the Shed podcast on YouTube. Make sure you share it and tell everybody on earth that you've watched this.
I will say it. Our next episode, I'll throw this out. I'll just say the 2 words: film noir, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay, so you wouldn't let me do that, but you had to do it.
Well, because you were going to run through it real fast and stomp on it, and I just want to I'm just saying film noir, but we got some special treats coming up, so be watching for the next episode, film noir. And we're going to probably deal with, in more specifics, some conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Just have some
That's
fun.
going to be the next week.
Yeah, we're going to have some
fun
fun with them. Some humor, but be very
Well, when
informative.
is the next one going to be? Because you're going to be gone.
And
so when are you back?
Following week.
It'll be the following week.
It'll be an afternoon or evening broadcast.
It will be exactly. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to be gone. It's going to be
Tuesday.
I can't believe the 20th. Unbelievable.
It'll be the 20th.
March will be gone already. It'll be March 20th. That's when we'll be doing our next podcast, live podcast. Now, my son here.
What's your birthday? What date's
June
your
13th, 1959.
birthday? 59? Wow, that's the one with the episode of Twilight Zone that shows those extended contrails. And
I
was
know
born
their
in
contrails are made out with
1951.
the.
I was June 20th.
They're
Can you get that?
geoengineered.
June 13th, June 20th. Put that on your calendar if you want to send gifts or.
No, they're not going to send us. Oh my goodness.
Or a birthday
right.
card.
We're gonna cut out.
We're cutting out. Good cigar.
I don't think I like that one.
Did we cut out?
Yeah, we're done.
We only had 2 people watching.
It doesn't matter. Okay, first and foremost, I was much better than all the other ones. So there you have it.
Yeah, it was really good.
That was good.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, it was, because you weren't talking the whole time. And I was able to interject and have some fun and spin with it.
Turn that on.
Don't you think so?